Welcome to Wonderland Weekly, hosted by Toronto Ty. Now sit back and have a wonderful week.
Hey everyone, Toronto Ty back here at Canada's Wonderland once again for another wonderful week. This week, Oktoberfest continues, so I think I'm going to grab some food from there, but I might not show it off because it's going to be the same thing as last week or the week before. But also, yeah, the harvest display is here at Front Gate, replacing the floral flag, which means I hope you got your photos of the floral flag and Wonder Mountain looking the way it does, because next year, Wonder Mountain is going to look a lot different with AlpenFury right back there, going up and over Vortex's first drop. Look at that timing is perfect. Yeah, so Harvest Display is now here. I love it so much. I'm sure there's a lot of other Halloween haunt preparations going on around the park, so let's check out all of those. Outside of the park, before you even get to bag check, the park has set up some lockers here. Now, they're not fully set up yet. The machine isn't turned on, but I think that the purpose of these is actually for Halloween haunt. Haunt does have a pretty strict bag policy, the size of the bags and all that. So if you're here and you get told, oh, you can't bring that in, then, theoretically you can put it in your vehicle. But if you took transit or got dropped off by somebody, this now gives you another option. That is just my assumption as to what the purpose of these is. But if so, good on the park for thinking up a solution for all of those guests who do take transit or get dropped off here to enjoy Halloween Haunt. The iconic Halloween Haunt Shack has, I think for the first time ever, actually been updated after being put out for the year, and that means that, the park has actually removed the Day of the Dead Festival from the Haunt Shack, which is very disappointing. I think that was a phenomenal part of the event, and I was looking forward to it returning, but I guess that's not the case this year. Maybe it was just a scheduling thing, and hopefully it can return for future seasons. Right by the entrance to Medieval Fair, the Ogre Under the Bridge is here again. That is awesome. Although he's maybe looking a little worse for wear here. I really hope that they can touch this guy up in the future, because he is wonderful. At the heart of Arthur's Bay, the new lighthouse dive structure has now been decked out for Inferno. Yep, really love that the park does that show every single year, and I do like the location here on the water. The new decorations look very nice there. But another show is not returning. That is the Day of the Dead Festival, as I mentioned. Instead, there is going to be the Haunt Rock stage here. So I'm not sure exactly what is going to be happening in terms of the show for this space, but I am glad that there is going to be another show space here in Medieval Fair. In front of the incredible, absolutely amazing Shockwave here at Canada's Wonderland, the pumpkin people have shown up. Absolutely love these figures, and I love this location, but it cannot detract from me still being sad about all the trees around the ride being removed. There is still that one back there, and hopefully I'm wrong and it won't be removed, but it did look very much like it is going to be removed. But hey, at least we've got pumpkin people. Heading into Planet Snoopy, which next week will be Camp Spooky, the park has this booth set up so that people will be able to get their guide to everything happening at Camp Spooky. That includes the trick-or-treat adventure, the not-so-scary mazes, as well as all the incredible shows that happen during this awesome event for kids. And also, Schroeder is right over there. I'm going to try to go say hi to him before he runs away, because, it's Schroeder. I gotta say hi. Hi, Schroeder! How are you doing today? Looking forward to Halloween? It's coming up. Next week I'll see you in your costume, maybe. Woo! Hey! I believe this is one of the trick-or-treat stations, and it is looking awesome. Really love this kind of gingerbread house style thing, but with some spookier touches. Oh boy, yeah, there is a lot of activity happening around this house. All the pieces, I guess, are able to be taken off and rearranged. So the kids are definitely having fun with that, which is awesome. I do feel like maybe these need to be staffed as soon as they get put out. Obviously, they will be staffed starting next week, but yeah, before that, there are just pieces that are just going everywhere. Here in Zoom Zone, there is another of these trick-or-treat shacks, and really, I love the design of these. They look so cute. Yukon Striker is a beautiful autumn coaster, but it's not quite, all the leaves are still green. Well, most of them. But right here in the Whitewater Canyon Forest, Cornstalkers does live back there, but I don't think you're going to be entering that way this year. This year, Spirit Manor, which of course is in Action Theater North, is being joined by Demons of the Deep in Action Theater South. So that is really, really cool. Very much looking forward to that new maze here at Halloween Haunt. Trick-or-Treat Street preparations continue right next to Yukon Striker's Loop and Final Immelman. So that is really, really fun. Yeah, it's looking good. Not too much to say about it other than, I mean, I love this outdoor maze or scare zone. I don't know what it is labeled as now, but it is always a fun time. Right across from Yukon Striker's Zero G Winder, the park has set up the entrance sign for Cornstalkers. Yeah, so you will be entering this maze from this side this year. That is going to be really, really fun to walk on this back road and, yeah, get to the maze that way. Forgive me if I just missed this in previous weeks, but the park has also installed this bar, which is apparently the Outpost bar, right next to Yukon Striker and Mindbuster, actually right next to the Beaver Tails location between the two. So yeah, there you go. Another new bar with, at the very least, with a fun name. Streets of the Undead has started to appear, and yeah, it's looking pretty close to ready to go. So that is exciting. It is always a fun but quick scare zone. I do prefer when it was a maze, though. Right next to Time Warp's entrance, Necropolis now has its letters on top of this archway. Not sure about the other one, but probably. So yeah, that is good to see a little bit more progress for this scare zone. Exciting times around the entrance to the Grand World Exposition of 1890. Of course, we do have the giant jack-o'-lantern replacing the globe for Halloween Haunt. We have some string lights and bigger light setups for the I love this stage. This stage looks awesome. It is for Freak Show. So I am very, very, very disappointed that Skeleton Crew isn't returning, but I am glad that Freak Show is getting a bigger venue. And we have the Halloween Boutique here right next to that whole area. So that is awesome. Also, I am seeing a lot of dirt. Yeah, that's a pretty sizable hill of dirt that has now been formed, which, you know, is probably for AlpenFury, which also, the evergreens, all of the evergreens here have been removed, which is very sad. And now you can really see the back of the Latin building from on International Street. So that is interesting, but I do really love this stage for Freak Show. I wouldn't have expected it to require such a large stage, but maybe the show will be a little bit different this year. Taking a look over the fence and where all of those trees were, those beautiful evergreens, and now there are a bunch of markings, which probably means footings, all through there. And yeah, you've got this giant dirt pile, which I believe is on top of one of the footings that has already been put in place. So that is really, really awesome. Getting another look, this giant hill of dirt actually doesn't cover the footing, but yeah, still, it is right next to it. So that is, yeah, just kind of fun the way that the park is built around it. It does make it a bit harder to see what is going on though, but yeah, there are some footings in progress right around there. So that is really, really awesome. And all of that is, of course, for AlpenFury's Skyflyer Loop. Inside the Halloween Boutique, I don't really know how to describe it other than it kind of smells like Halloween in here. So that is really, really fun. They've got decorations up all over the place, and lots of stuff for sale. So that is awesome. Yeah, just all kinds of merch. Yeah, this is awesome. It looks great, and I love that the park does this shop every year now. That is, look at all these tchotchkes and things. All right, it is time to get into tree talk proper. And so for this week, yes, those evergreens right on the east side of the World Expo entrance, those evergreens have been removed. And on the west side, there is this one which has now been marked for probable removal. It is right next to what I believe is a footing marker. So not a big surprise that this one, which has served the park well for 44 years, it's going to have to be removed. And I imagine that several more around this area will have to be removed once the park gets into the track installation phase. But this one I think is coming down pretty soon. So there's your little bit of an update. Taking a look right behind the World Passport bar, you can see quite a few markings all along the ground here. Many footings are coming, I'm sure. And that one tree has remained. I believe it will be able to be saved based on where the footings are at the moment. Some of the fencing is probably going to have to be taken down. So that is definitely going to be interesting to see that. But the park is working away at more footings all around here as the park, as AlpenFury will head into the Skyflyer Loop. Heading back behind Wonder Mountain, passing under Vortex's first drop, and I don't like this. No. Oh my goodness, it looks so bare. I don't like it. I really don't. I know that the park is, planning to plant some new things soon, and I mean, hey, at least a couple trees here have still been saved. Those ones are still marked, so I'm sure those ones will have to come down. But these two should be fine. They should be safe. Oh my goodness, so many trees have been removed from back here, and it feels very open and exposed all through this area. Obviously next year it's not going to feel that way because there's going to be track heading right here overhead. Not quite over the pathway, but heading right through that section of Vortex's supports under its lift. How sad that all of these trees have been removed. I don't like it. No. Last week I was pleading with the park to not remove the really tall evergreen right next to Vortex's lift hill, but sadly they did. I mean, the decision was already made. It was a useless plea, but yeah, there is the stump for it, that is just very, very sad because I did like that tree right next to Vortex's lift. We still have several evergreens right around here and more right over there, but oh boy, this whole section here, it just feels so barren. I don't like it. AlpenFury will be coming through, and these trees will soon be removed. But it's going to look a lot different next year. Just a quick update from in front of Vortex, and that is the Wicked Hollow houses have now appeared here in this plaza, so that is really, really good to see them. The mushrooms, I believe, are still behind the scenes next to, right by Cornstalker's new entrance, but I'm sure that those will be brought out before next week. In CarnEvil, just some of the props for the scare zone have started to show up. The popcorn truck, the cage, some of the freak show signs right over there. So that is really, really cool that the park has done all of that work. Maybe still a little bit more to go for this area in the coming week. Some of the skeletons have shown up along International Street, so that is really, really fun. Well, that'll about do it for this week here at Canada's Wonderland. It was another wonderful day. I got on Tundra Twister, which was a lot of fun. Really good ride on that. and got to check in on a lot of Halloween haunt preparations, including the Scare Zones, Trick or Treat Street, Necropolis, CarnEvil, Streets of the Undead. All of that stuff is happening, and new entrants for Cornstalkers, which is going to be fun. Plus, these show spaces, in Arthur's Bay, that's looking good. And the Freak Show stage is, definitely interesting that it is so much larger than it used to be in its old location. But right around that same plaza, a lot of trees are removed, which is very, very sad. But AlpenFury progress is happening. Lots of footings being marked out, being, dug and poured right now. So that is awesome to see so much work happening for that. And behind Wonder Mountain, so sad, so many trees have been removed and still more to be removed. So, but I am very much looking forward to seeing what sort of plant life the park has in mind for that whole area behind the mountain. We'll have to wait until next year to see what all of that is, and we will see some more progress on AlpenFury before then. So I think that'll about do it for this week. Next week, Halloween Haunt begins, so I am going to be checking that out. And maybe I'll make it for Camp Spooky, but no promises. We'll see, but I will be checking out that event in the near future. So I think that'll about do it for this week. Until next time, as always, have a good one.
If you like this video, you can now buy me a hot chocolate at buymeacoffee.com. I also love hearing your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment. Thanks so much for your continued support, and be sure to subscribe for more wonderful videos.